euphoria it created, when India went there with Bishan's team. And then we went there again in '83 for 6 tests. Then Pakistan came, to India as well in '84. And by that time, there was a lot of India-Pakistan cricket being played. And it was unbelievable. Just the interest, the interest, the passion on both sides of the border, from India and from Pakistan when we went to play there was unreal, and people who've been there will tell you that, it was intense, it was competitive, at all times. And I'll remember one match, just like Sanjay mentioned this match, this was in Sharjah, where I'll tell you once when the shoe was on this foot and then once it was on the other foot. This was '85 and we had won the World Championship of Cricket. We'd beaten Pakistan in the final, and 2 months later we came to Sharjah, and this was the final there. And I remember India was upbeat. India had won the World Test Championship, and we'd gone there, and World Championship of Cricket, and Imran got the ball in his hand, and I was opening the innings. And I had got the title champion of champions, and all that there, the car, and you were on cloud 9. And he took first ball, bang, he hit me on the pads. I was out first ball, so 0 for 1. Before I could take my pads off, there were 3 other guys in. Dilip, Sunny, I think there were 2-3 other guys in, and before you could bat an eyelid, we were bowled out for 125, and it was a Friday, so you had the prayers, so the lunch anyway used to be extended. That lunch went on for about 2 hours, okay, and there was pin drop silence. Everyone slept, nothing, there was not a word said. Got up, said just let's go and finish this off. Means 125 is no score, and Pakistan started off 20 for no loss or something, and then there was a run out, and then suddenly we got some wickets. Everyone chipped in. The spinners came in, got wickets. The fast bowlers got wickets, and Pakistan were bowled out for 86. It is one of the greatest matches. You would have seen India-Pakistan cricket being played, and the euphoria after that was unbelievable. Just like Sanjay said, celebrate. I mean, you were in a daze as to how could you win that game. So was the crowd. Who had turned up. How could a team bowling out another team for 125 go on to lose a game? That was a Pakistani supporter. Indian supporters, how could you win it? And the very next year, the shoe then came on the other foot when Javed hit the last ball 6 from nowhere. Pakistan were down out with 10 overs to go, and it just shows you India-Pakistan cricket. No game is over till it's over. You showed some highlights earlier of the World Cup. In Melbourne. When Virat finished the game, 8 balls, 28 runs. Sanjay mentioned that game. I covered that game, 274, and Sachin played that brilliant innings. You think one side has won it, but it's never over an India-Pakistan game till it's over. Always remember that it's not over. There'll be a twist. The pendulum will swing from one side to the other. There'll be some stupidity. There'll be some errors because of the pressure. There'll be 2-3 runouts that happen, and you will be cursing the players. You might be. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you have a heart problem, don't watch India-Pakistan cricket, because you might be in a hospital pretty quickly, or might drop dead there. So you've got to be a little.
Hopefully not that.
No match is over till it's over. And now we are leading up into that zone. You're leading up into an Asia Cup final that might happen. Then it could be a World Cup. Then it could be a World Cup semi-final or final. So it's all building up slowly.
But I have to ask, it just brought me to a really interesting point. You have done India-Pakistan as players, as coaches, as broadcasters now. Has it changed for you in terms of the anticipations?
I think Sanjay will explain that first match in 2015
You still have the same nerves as a player, as a coach, as a broadcaster?
We were at Adelaide. Now I'm talking coaches had. We were in Adelaide.
2015.
And my room was, facing the road, in Adelaide, in the hotel. And from 4 o'clock in the morning, there were drums going, Adelaide streets had never seen something like that.
Yeah.
Australian, as it is, the population is only.
I don't think we saw any Australians, to be honest, in that 2015 World Cup.
60, 70,000 people in Adelaide, the biggest crowd, record viewership for that match on television. That and the next one against South Africa. But that game, it was unbelievable. First match of the World Cup, and as a coach, I felt a little more pressure than as a player, to be honest. Because here you are the coach. If anything happens, then the gun is out. So and Virat got a brilliant 100.
Yeah.
He got 100. Shikhar played well. Yeah, good match.
More pressure for you? Surely not as a broadcaster, though. Now, Sanjay, it would have gone now, that pressure.
Not as a broadcaster for sure. As a broadcaster, I think what you enjoy the most is that the rivalry, the stories that you get an opportunity to view from both sides angles. And I remember the match which Ravi is mentioning about the Adelaide one-day match and World Cup match. Some of the friends from Melbourne or the other side of Australia had travelled by road. There were roughly 25 to 30,000 Indian diaspora who had travelled from India or whichever part of the world they were in to witness this game. And the celebrations after that, we went on a street after the game got over, and all the Indian delicacies like a vada pav or a bhel puri or a sev puri was available easily on an Adelaide street. So India had actually turned Adelaide into something like a Mumbai or a Delhi. 2
days, all I heard was Vande Mataram on the streets.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like being in Adelaide. It was an extraordinary experience, actually.
It's you can't. Only you got to be in that situation either as a spectator, as a player, as a coach, or a broadcaster for you to know what actually happens in an India-Pakistan match. It's different from any other match. You play South Africa, you play Australia, you play England. Nothing. That's all Mickey Mouse compared to Big Mouse. This is the Bandicoot of matches.
It translates into every fiber of your being, India and Pakistan. And you can see that at the moment, these players can do nothing but build on that camaraderie, probably share those stories as we are sharing with all of you are watching as well, and just go back in time to relive some of the fascinating contests. And we've been hearing that from Virat Kohli on Sachin Tendulkar. What about Sachin Tendulkar now on India versus Pakistan in the '92 World Cup?